In this video, I'll be going into more depth about the concept I talked about last video so you can understand it better. Let's start off by talking about what slope is. Slope is defined as rise over run. Rise is going up, run is going right. So rise over run. So for example, if a slope of a line is 1, that means we rise 1 and run 1. So rise 1, run 1, and draw a line connecting these two. So that would look like this. If the slope is 2, that means we rise 2, 1, 2, and run 1. So 1, and connect the line through these two. And if we go rise, if the slope is 3, we go rise 3, run 1. That would look like this. Now for negative slopes, it's the same thing, but instead of rise going up, the rise goes down. So for a slope of -1, we would go down 1 and down 1. So it would look like this. For a slope of -2, we would go down 2 and right 1. That would look like this. And for 3, it would be the same thing. One rule I like to use is that positive slope goes this way and negative slope goes this way. Alright, now let's talk about the y-intercept and x-intercept. Erase this first. Alright. The x-intercept is defined as the point on the line that touches the x-axis. The x-axis is this wide line, horizontal line that goes across the graph. So for example, if we have a line going through here, say, the x-intercept is 1 because it touches the x-axis at 1. The y-intercept is the same thing before the y-axis. So the y-intercept would be around here, which is 1.4, around that. Now let's talk about how to represent lines in the equations I talked about before. So slope, intercept, point slope, and standard form. Let's start off with the easiest one, which is the slope intercept form. We know slope intercept form is defined as y equals mx plus b. So let's try an example. So for example, we'll say the the slope is 2 and the y-intercept is -1. So in equation form, that would look like this. Y equals 2x minus 1. Now let's draw this line out. So we know the y-intercept is -1. So the line touches the y-axis at -1, which is this point right here. And we know the slope is 2. So we rise 2 and go right 1. We draw a line connecting these, and that's our line. Make sure to draw arrow signs at the end of your lines to signify it goes on for infinity. Now let's verify this in the calculator. Y equals 2x minus 1. And as you see, we are correct. Now let's try our other forms, like point slope form. Erase this line. And erase these equations. Okay. So we know that point slope form is defined as y minus y1 equals to m brackets x minus x1. So y1 and x1 are both the y values and x values of a point on the line. They don't have to be the y-intercept or x-intercept. They just have to be points on the line. So let's say the y value of a point on the line is 3. So y minus 3 equals to slope, let's say the slope is 1, x minus, let's say the x value is also 1. Now, let's expand this. Y minus 3 equals to x minus 1. You can expand this further to go into standard form, which I'll talk about later, but since we're talking about point slope form, we do not need to do this. So let's draw the line. So we know the slope is 1. So we go rise 1 and run 1. So it would look like this. Now we know a point on the line has the coordinates y equals to 3 and x equals to 1. So y3 would be all the way here. x1 would be here. So we know that the point is over here. And we know that the slope is 1, which is rise 1, run 1, when it look like this. So that's how we draw a line in point slope form. Now moving on to the final form, standard form. Standard form is probably the most annoying form to use, and slope intercept form is probably the easiest form to use. So I'd recommend you use slope intercept form. Alright, standard form. Standard form is defined as ax plus bi equals to c. C is a constant. Ax and by are points. A cannot be negative, and none of these values can be fractions. So let's plug in some values. 5x plus 3y equals to 10. Okay. To find the slope of an equation in standard form, we have to apply the formula minus a over b. We know that this is a, this is b, this is a, this is b. So we plug in these values into this formula. Minus 5 over 3. This is equal to minus 5 over 3. So we know the slope now, but we still need to find the y-intercept and x-intercept. You only need to find one of these. You don't have to find both of these. So let's start off with the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept, we set the x value to 0. So let's see. 3y equals to 10. And y equals to 10 over 3, which is 3 repeating. So y, 3 over 3, that would be up around here. We know the slope is minus 5 over 3. So go down 5. Let's use these small boxes as the slope, as it's easier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go right 3. 1, 2, 3. That's what the line looks like. Make sure to add arrows. Let's plug it into the calculator. 10. As you see, we are correct.